it going, all you guys and girls in the Illumination? Time to jump aboard the Loom train. It's me, it's JJD, JJ Double J, the Illuminator here, the sweet one. Also known by almost countless other aliases and nicknames. We won't get into that right now. I work with one of the supervisors at my job. Nice enough guy. He's retiring in a couple of weeks. The thing is, I want to talk today about how this came to be. He's been with the company for many years. Been transferred from different departments. The company I work for has, not only do we have janitorial, but they work with some outfits in things like groundskeeping and maintenance and food service, stuff like that. So he's been in different departments, and he's a nice guy, and he knows a lot about janitorial. Ended up becoming a supervisor way back when. But he has a lot of years with the company. Enough that he can take an early retirement when it comes to his age. He just turned 63, I believe. He's going to take an early retirement. And he is retiring. But the thing I want to talk about most is the fact that his wife didn't want him to retire, but did it in a way where she was feeding him, in my opinion, and I think I talked about this once before, but she was feeding him lousy information to try to keep him working. Now, his wife is slightly younger. She's 57. Maybe not so much slightly younger. He's 63. She's 57. 6 years, give or take. But the thing is, how could you claim to love your husband, but it's almost as if she's jealous that he's able to retire and she has to keep working? She doesn't work for the company. She works for some office building as some type of secretary or something to that effect in a totally different town. And it seems to me that she was feeding him all kinds of bad information to try to keep him working. Talking about how they won't be able to afford it because of insurance, and insurance from her place would cost too much, and this, that, and the other thing. The honest truth is, with his pension from the company and with taking an early Social Security, the numbers, because he went to the state retirement board or wherever he had to go, I don't know what it's called, to decide if he was going to retire or not, if he could afford it and everything. He went to some, maybe not the state, but now, I know nothing about this because I'm too young to retire, so I know nothing about retirement. But he went to whatever retirement board meetings he had to, and I don't know how they deal with that around here. I really don't. But they figure everything out, and I guess he's going to be making out pretty good money-wise to be able to retire. Again, I don't know how it works out, but he can afford it. But the thing is, insurance-wise, his insurance will continue to pay something like 80% of his or whatever until he's 65, and I don't know. But he wants to retire. She was feeding him all kinds of information, his wife, about how it's and the stuff she was saying, it's very confusing. I think she wanted to keep him confused, but the bottom line is, somehow, all the paperwork ended up going through, even though she sandbagged it the whole time, and he's retiring. And he loves his time off. He's one of these guys that never stops. He was telling me yesterday, he has a 17-year-old, she's a senior in high school. He got up, he took her to school, because they don't have enough cars to be, and they're not rich enough to be a 3-car family, or 4, he has 2 daughters, a 4-car family. This is his younger daughter. Takes up, brings her to school, and then he goes out and does some shopping. And then he remembers that he didn't buy milk, so he goes and gasses up the car at a Cumberland Farms, which is, in case you never heard of it, I don't know if they're all over the country, but it's a place around here that they usually have a gas station, and it's a convenience store. He goes in and he buys milk after he gasses up. And then he goes and eats breakfast, and then he does the dishes, and then he puts around, and then he takes a nap, and then he goes and does stuff in the garage. I mean, he keeps moving for the most part. So retirement for him is going to be a godsend. So I don't understand why his wife, other than jealousy, it's not like he just hangs around the house and doesn't do anything. He helps out and does so much. So I don't understand. But he is retiring, and it's just sad that spouses could have this type of jealousy or whatever towards one another when something like this happens. I mean, it's not like, he gets a chance to retire and she's the same age and she has to keep working or whatever. But that's the age difference. He earned, you know what I mean? He earned his retirement by working until he's 63. I mean, he grew up on a farm, he told me, and he's been doing manual labor since he was able to walk, basically feeding animals and milking cows and whatnot. So he's been working his whole life. So maybe he has earned this. That's my basic thing. She shouldn't be jealous. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Am I wrong? Let me know. Am I right? Let me know. Say Laversky. I'm off to the races. I love you all. Be safe. Be good to yourselves. This is the Illuminator, and I'll be back.
Oh, this porridge makes me angry. Very angry indeed.